You there. I'm Commander Rylan. I'm authorized to recruit armed individuals to deal with an emerging threat in this area. Something is stirring up the jungle beasts, which makes the route between here and Kaas City hazardous. Several individuals traveling on foot have disappeared. I've even had reports of jungle beasts attacking speeders.
It's a cruel galaxy.
One of the speeders that was attacked belonged to an admiral. She escaped serious injury, but the situation demands immediate action. I dispatched 2 commando teams into the jungle to clear out the beasts, but they never returned. An emergency holo message came through from one of the team leaders. I'll play it for you.
Repeat. Landing beacons are emitting some kind of energy. Power surges are driving the beasts mad. Can't get close enough to reroute power. Lost my team. Beasts closing in. Need reinforced. Ah!
Sensors confirm unusual energy readings in the jungle. The spaceport's landing beacons appear to be the cause.
How could landing beacons affect the creatures?
If a beacon's energy signature has been altered, the sonic frequency could be extremely disruptive to a creature's nervous system. You look like someone at home in a jungle, and you're well armed. I need you to reroute power on those landing beacons. I'll track your progress from here. Return when you're done. Good luck. The jungle predators are fierce. Seems you did your job. We're not reading any more energy fluctuations from the landing beacons. Analysis indicates they were deliberately sabotaged to drive the jungle beasts insane. I'm transmitting a full report to Kaas City. You earned your wages for this work, but don't think it entitles you to special treatment. Goodbye.
What's this? Shaking down travelers?
What are you gonna do if we say yes? When the speeders were pulled off the line, people started braving the deeper jungle, trying to make it to Kaas City on foot. Had a few deaths, some of them VIPs. Captain Tolto sent us to keep people out and poke around a bit, see what's out there.
Don't leave me hanging.
We managed to take some data readings, even some hollows. Big nasty critters out there, nothing to mess with. Our runner, unfortunately, is down a leg from the experience. If you're headed back towards the spaceport, could you give the observation disc to Captain Tolto?
Let's get more specific about my pay.
Ah, of course. I'm sure we can work something out. You'll get your credits.
Package for you. Charge on delivery.
Ah, the runner must have taken ill or something. I'll take it. This is what I needed. I'll start moving to warn everyone off that path until we can get some full cleanup squads.
Jiliska changa waning tinkuspa inaguda e. Naka noya choski noyo kochuso te mate chichoya. Ukili baklunki na atabumpa bushuda.
You lost me.
Naka noya choski noyo kochuso te mate chichoya. Chubolo awona kopotomte tak makechisa. Kiko ubakili wata bunga dunko putoga wata.
What's in it for me?
Ni umpi putamala pedwana nibo chi chichupa gumba. Esupuda no pajunki faguta ji uta vukise.
I'm always up for a fight.
Chiho lukuta chubu ikatsufu undole. Bafupagi wanta humpa muli rabamba hula.
I have a job for you. An Imperial emergency. Plenty of hazard pay, but you'll have to move fast. Rebel slaves hit my team in the jungle. They stole weapons, supplies. As if that wasn't bad enough, the idiots ransacked our spires for parts. Without those components, we've got a lightning spire building up dangerous energy levels. It'll crater half of Kaas City if it blows.
What's a lightning spire?
They power Kaas City, converting lightning blasts into energy. Handy tech you'd never suspect could be the end of us. Most of my men ran off. Some tried to reclaim the spire parts, but the rebels cut them down. I came back here for reinforcements. We need to recover the components the rebels stole and get that lightning spire back online before it goes critical.
The rebel scum will wish they'd never touched the spires.
Excellent. I'll hold off raising the alarm for a while longer. The rebels are camped along the river. Blast them down, pry the stolen components from their hands, and then reinstall them at the spire. If the river runs red with rebel blood, I'll throw in something extra.
Place the spire components.
I was just about to call in evacuation orders for the city. Well done. The rebel slaves will think twice before tampering with Imperial property again.
Reported. A Degree 6 revolt, population equivalent to the Duros uprising on Zilior. Subjects occupy a moderate radius of jungle. Good. Good. What have we here? A hunter? I have need of you. I am Lord Drow. When the Empire encounters resistance on its conquered worlds, they call me. I'm here to end the slave uprising on Dromund Kaas.
You enjoy your job, don't you?
Dominating lesser beings and squashing their will to resist? Of course I enjoy it. I think you will too. The situation is this. A Sith Lord was constructing a colossal statue of himself in the jungle. His slaves revolted and armed themselves. The Colossus remains unfinished and well-armed slaves now control the jungle. An embarrassment for the Empire, but an opportunity for me.
Don't leave me hanging.
Excited? Good. This is a chance to refine the Empire's methods of suppressing rebellion. I'm testing a toxic weapon, a poison called Quell. Its victims experience a prolonged state of agonizing pain before finally dying. The victims' allies are so horrified by Quell's effects, they lose their wills to resist. At least that's what I intend to prove.
What a disturbing experiment. You're quite the sadist, Lord Drow.
Please, there's no need for flattery. I need someone to introduce a controlled amount of Quell into the slaves' water supply, so that I can determine the proper dosage. The work is dangerous, there will be armed slaves everywhere, but your success will be well rewarded. What do you say?
You can rely on me.
Superb. Then let's get started. My assistant, Sergeant Slarin, will recommend the correct dosage of Quell and give you a supply. See him at the research tent.
If I know Lord Drow's tastes, which unfortunately I do, he sent you for the Quell toxin.
I'm helping him put down the slave revolt.
Do you truly understand what he's asked you to do? What if I told you this experiment is pointless? That past studies have shown increased suffering has no impact on the speed of surrender? This has nothing to do with accelerating the end of a rebellion. Lord Drow simply takes perverse thrill in gratuitous suffering.
I'm sure Lord Drow wouldn't appreciate these comments.
Don't get me wrong, Lord Drow is very good at what he does, but he lets his personal bents impede our efficiency. I want this assignment over with. The faster this rebellion ends, the faster I'll be reassigned to more important work. Serving Lord Drow's bloodlust has stunted my career. If not for his inefficiency, I'd be a captain by now.
What does this have to do with the job at hand?
Everything, if you're willing to help me. Lord Drow's dosage of Quell toxin will have slaves writhing in agony for pointless weeks, during which this area will remain volatile. I've prepared a dose that will kill the slaves efficiently, which is better for the Empire and for me. Will you deliver my dosage instead?
Let's end this revolt efficiently and kill off these renegades.
Wonderful. It's the right thing for everyone. Well, almost everyone. I'll give you a maximum dose of Quell toxin. Inject it into the slave camp's water filtration systems and see Lord Drow afterward.
I don't understand why it didn't work. I was meticulous with my measurements. Those slaves must be more fragile than I thought. The Quell you put in their water supply is killing them outright.
You got my sympathies.
It's simply infuriating. All that careful planning for nothing. All my research is now useless. Oh well. You did as I asked, and your payment was not contingent on the results. Here, take your credits and go. I have a great deal of thinking to do.
Second of your time, please. Minder 20. Imperial Intelligence.
What exactly is Imperial Intelligence?
The information gathering and internal security arm of the Empire. We report to the Minister of Intelligence, who reports directly to the Dark Council. You're a new face on Dromund Kaas. That presents a unique opportunity and a small window in which to use it. I need you to meet a man. Go where he says and do what he asks. There's little danger, but you must not question him.
I've never played spy before. Tell me where to go.
The man is named Manda, and he is in a local cantina. Tell him the Lord of Sorrow sent you. Good luck. We will not speak again.
Manda? The Lord of Sorrow sent me.
Listen carefully. I can say this once. A Chiss security officer stands at the bank. Hand him this gambling chip. He will give you a small item and further instructions. Now walk away casually.
I have a gambling chip for you.
And I have a package for you. Do not open it. Better if you don't even look at it. There is an NK line droid. I'll show you where to find it. The package goes there. Long live the Emperor.
I have a package for you.
For me? How wonderful. And I, in turn, have something for you, to show appreciation. If we have not caught the Republic's attention with this sequence, they simply aren't paying attention. Empire forever.
7 brutal, bloody murders. 7! And the killer is allowed to walk free? Decent, law-abiding citizens, loyal servants of the Emperor are being slaughtered. And what do our security forces do? Nothing. I've seen the killer myself, but the authorities say I don't have enough proof. I demand justice!
Ooh, you sound really important.
I must be heard. I'm the only one who knows the truth. Several days ago, I spotted a bounty hunter following people seemingly at random, but pointing a strange device at them. The descriptions of the murder victims exactly match the people the hunter was following. He's behind these brutal killings, I know it.
Lots of bounty hunters kill for a living. Me, for instance.
There's nothing professional about these murders. They're sickening, depraved even. I followed the killer this morning. Saw him skulking into the Mandalorian Enclave. Someone called him by name, Renegan. This bounty hunter must learn the Empire doesn't tolerate gutter scum like him killing its citizens. He needs to be punished.
I've got a shuttle to catch. You mind getting out of my way?
Fleeing the scene of your crimes, Renegan?
Just my luck. 10 seconds later and I would have been off this blasted planet. You've been listening to Wrightson. Great. Listen, I didn't murder anybody. I was just hired to tag some random citizens, that's all.
You didn't ask why you were hired to tag random people?
You know this business. If the credits are good, no questions asked. I didn't know my clients would kill those people. I was hired by a group of Sith to organize games for them. Didn't realize what that meant until bodies started piling up. When I confronted them, they laughed. Said Sith have a birthright to hunt lowlives. It's like a sport to them.
That's not gonna go well.
Sooner or later, there'll be a witness to one of these killings. I don't want to be around when that happens. I'm in over my head, and too many people are watching me now, so I can't even leave. I need help, and I'm willing to pay for it. You interested?
Tell me what I can do for you.
I just want this problem to go away, and I only see 2 ways for that to happen. Either get rid of the loudmouth pointing fingers at me, or end that sick game the Sith are playing.
I think your clients need to find a new hobby.
Works for me. I'll have a plan that'll get them so good, no one will have to worry about fallout. Take this hunter tag. Use it on Sith acolytes all around the city. The acolytes will become my clients' new targets. Don't worry. I'll make sure they survive. Come back when you're done, and I'll pay you. My clients already ambushed one of the acolytes you tagged. Wish I could have been there. Attacking Sith is a major crime, even for other Sith. I sent the authorities an anonymous tip to watch the acolytes closely. When my clients jumped the ones you tagged, they were arrested and executed. Best work I've done in a long time.
I'm glad to see you're so happy.
In this job, I don't get much chance to feel like I did the right thing. My loudmouth friend ought to shut up, now that the killers have been caught. That should make life easier. Here, take these credits. Couldn't have pulled this off without you. See you around, friend.
Look at them out there, they're like animals. Hundreds of slaves with no one to command them and without a thought in their minds as to what to do with their freedom. Like I said, the slaves are animals. But we've noticed strange behavior in the pack. And my superiors want to know more. Some of the slaves are killing each other. We don't know if they're mad or hungry, desperate, or if there's a faction of slaves who've turned on the rest.
You've been observing them. Give me your best guess.
I don't really know. Who can fathom the mind of a slave? We know that the killings are ritualistic. The murderous slaves come in the night, stab their foes, and paint themselves in blood. If you could investigate, catch them in the act and take them down, maybe you could find a clue to their motives.
Never thought I'd take a bounty on a killer slave.
I never thought I'd see slaves run free on Dromund and Kaas. But that's why we need this information, so we can crush them quickly and completely. Look for any slave who's turned on his peers. With luck, he'll lead us to answers.
You're not the initiate, but you're strong to have killed so many. You honor us. Welcome to our prison.
What is this? Are you the one behind the killings?
I am Traka Unvor, leader of the Unchained. I am master of my hatred. When the other slaves broke free, I laughed. Like you, I knew their escape was a delusion, for only Sith possess true freedom.
Care to elaborate on that?
I know the Sith code. Freedom comes through power, through victory. I saw a chance to prove myself. I culled weak from strong. I began to kill and to teach. I showed slaves freedom through bloodshed. Now my followers and I are the masters here. And soon, we will become Sith ourselves.
You're a few bolts short of a droid.
Look how these pathetic free men tremble at the sight of me. Now, glorious lord, you can spread word of us to the Empire. Give us your blessing, and we shall serve. Carry our message of allegiance to your masters, and we will become the new face of the Empire. We will be champions of the dark side.
You're nothing but a murderer. What you're doing is disgusting.
How can you say this? All we've done, the blood we've spilled, has been to earn the respect of the Empire. You serve the Empire and the Sith. You murder the rebel slaves with ease. Tell us, how else may we achieve true strength?
I'm not the one to teach you, but learn the Sith ways before fighting.
We believed. I believed. I will spread your message to the others. We will do as you say.
It's good to see you back. I knew those slaves couldn't hold their own against you. I take it you managed to track down one of the murderers. What's their story? Can we use them?
No. But they've been dealt with. They won't cause any problems.
That's a pity. It's foolish, I guess, to expect anything useful to come from the minds of slaves. I talked to my superiors while you were gone, and they agreed to compensate you for your work. So, here. More credits than I make in a week. I'd ask you to stick around in case the slaves cause more trouble, but I suppose you have other responsibilities.
It would have been nice to put an end to this rebellion.
We'll find another way to put those animals down. If the uprising gets out of control, one quick orbital strike will always solve it. Good luck to you then, and thank you again.
Ah, a bounty hunter. Perfect. Seeing as how you're already killing slaves and causing a fuss, how'd you like to make a pile of credits?
Nothing beats a stack of credits.
That's what I like to hear. Let me give you the lowdown. So Darth Vowron is on the Dark Council, and his apprentice Lord Ket wants to advance, so he starts building a giant statue to his master. But Lord Ket doesn't want his master to know, so he brings in slaves from off-world. Slaves rebel, and we get this mess.
Buy cheap slaves and get a rebellion. Everyone knows that.
Here's where it gets complicated. Lord Ket wants to save face, but secretly. He calls in me and my mercs. By the time we get here, the slaves have captured some giant industrial drills, and they're getting ready to bring down the whole giant statue. Our best team goes in with explosives to blow up the drills. Slaves kill every last one. Got a pile of credits for anyone who grabs those explosives, hooks them to a giant drill, then fights off slaves until the explosives detonate. That was a fantastic show. That drill just lit up the night. Here's the credits, as promised.